This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, which is presented by RVT Entertainment on Bottomatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine at a recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty J. That is TWK.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Also, Enigma, check your Twitter. I just sent you something.
Ooh. Did anything happen at all? Oh, we're about to tell ya.
Nothing really. It was just, it kind of sucked, really. I hated it.
Well, it sucked the wind out of WWE's sail, that's for sure. Holy shit. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, to praise the almighty All Elite Wrestling for at least a couple hours anyway. As always, our third man in the third chair, Shintigercurl.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? Everyone running from Suzuki.
I just got an idea.
Ooh.
You guys remember when Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega ran Sammy Guevara over with the car?
Yeah.
Just replace their faces with Suzuki and Moxley and replace Sammy Guevara's face with, let's go with Fuego del Sol.
Oh.
I don't think. I mean, Suzuki is a psychopath, but even he wouldn't mess up that ass.
He is respectful of beautiful bottoms.
Yep. Instead, they would just go right back to Stanford and run down pretty much the entire creative staff of WWE.
All right, so let's before we do anything else, I know Nema, you want to jump in on shitting on the on that particular group that wants to be greedy. We'll get to them eventually. Let me tell you how the format's gonna work this week. We just got started on the fucking show. Give me a minute.
Calm your titties, Matty. Calm your titties.
Dude, this is Enigma. I've known him long enough to know sometimes you need to quell the rage a little bit before you pop it open like a cork of champagne.
Oh yeah, I've known him almost as long as you have. Almost.
So you agree? Let's quell
Sometimes.
for a little bit. But yeah, so yes, All Out happened, and we will discuss the dealings of what happened at All Out and Rampage and Dynamite and Rampage again, because these two clowns are going to watch it while I stream, and I can't watch internet TV at the same time as streaming. No, I'm not bitter at all. No, not at all. Goddamn 20 push on my shit. I can't do 1 hour shows anymore. I got 90 minutes a week. Well, everyone's got like an hour a day, or like they got their own YouTube. They're paid to do this shit. Yeah. I want to be paid to do my shit.
Me too, Matty. Me too.
And MD, this is not because I need better internet. It's just literally a case of I know doing one thing, streaming, it's internet technology. So, maybe in 10 years it'll be better, but not now. Anyway, But yeah, all out pay-per-view review. Oh, I'll tell you exactly how many points it's getting out of 5, but I can't do it now because I'd be spoiling it, and some of you want to stick around for a while. We got winners and losers. Oh, we got losers. And stuff and things. We're talking to you folks, as per usual. And then Extreme. You know what would be cool? If you guys were on cam during the cast. If I had superior technology, this would not be a freaking problem.
Now you don't want to see my face. You don't want to see that.
Me either. I'm far too handsome for this podcast.
Well, see, that's what balances it out, because I'm a medium. I'm a ruggedly handsome gentleman. T-Dub is a ruggedly handsome gentleman, and you are a ruggedly handsome gentleman. We balance each other out.
Yes, we do.
Oh, my shot. I'll spell it. It's 7 out of 2. Well, not that bad. Not that far.
All right, Matty J. Enough with the tap dancing around.
We gotta do a clip. I could have. There was an abundance of clips at Stingers. I had 2 Stingers I had to put together. The third one is a clip of the week because goddamn. For as much love as we're about to give CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, we gotta give us some love to one of my boys, one of my favorite wrestlers to watch on this island Earth. The one and only Adam Cole. Bye-bye. Take a listen, ladies and gentlemen. I had to cut one off of the Stingers. I had too much. Take a listen. Good Lord.
This is astonishing. What a turn
In
of
the
events.
words of the almighty Steve Urkel, did I do that? You really believed me, didn't you? You really thought I was scared? This guy's one of our best friends. Tell him, Adam. Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? Boys and girls, it's official. The Elite is the most dominant faction in the history of this business. And ain't no chance in hell anyone's gonna stop us.
You take me to him. Take me to the son of a bitch. Take me to him. Come on. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Where's the son of a bitch? Where is he?
Look, new theme's a banger. Not disagreeing that with that at all. I think that awesome theme. There's a part of me that wanted to hear something for you, but it is what it is. Also, cannot claim full credit on that one. It was me, but someone posted it before. I believe it was Botchamania who did it first. So all credit to them. Whoo boy. I just realized I forgot. I should have invited the Shades because he was watching along with us on.
And I literally asked you to do that last week.
Look, I was gonna ask after the pay-per-view, and then we had a whole nother 3 hours doing the Monk's Geek Watch, where it was 30 years of -5 stars, a fun podcast, mind you.
So you were up until like 3 a.m.
Yep. I have
Jesus.
photographic proof of that, by the way. Because we started that around midnight. Now, we started the call around 11:30. We started around midnight. I went to bed at 3 a.m.
Yeesh, you must have slept huge.
I did. But no, this was I'll find the link and I will post in the chat at the end of the show because it is a fun watch. There's some. Let's put it this way to give you a preview. Rick Rude without a mustache is a stuff of nightmares. That's all I'm going to say. No facial hair. Rick Rude should not exist, and yet it does, and it freaks me out.
Don't you dare inflict that horror upon anyone.
That's like Tom Selleck without his mustache.
Exactly. Also, I am not going to inflict that image All I'm going to say is Google at your own risk.
No.
I'd rather go back and go and find that picture of the jawless man again.
Oh, we were talking about that on Rift Zone Gaming last night. But yeah,
It's about the same.
it's about this. It's about the same shock factor. Like I said, Google at your own risk.
I will
That
not.
being said, it's still the three of us, and all three of us paid a top dollar for this pay-per-view and do not regret a single solitary penny of it. So shall we praise this show? I think we should.
All right, it's time to violate terms and conditions for Twitch because we're about to give TK a very succulent blowjob.
A very well-deserved blowjob, to be fair, but that's another story for another day. Oh, ready to go. Matty has Bug said, how about new? Oh, you mean Dr. Evil? How about new? You crazy Canadian bastard. I know. Anyway. Oh, Mike Shell. T-Dub would rather see more Sonic and Zelda. Don't give him any ideas. Enough interaction. I could sense the room. All Out from AEW, or AEW All Out from the Now Arena in Hoffman's Estates, Illinois, the former Sears Center, by the way. 10 matches on the card. They don't have they have an attendance at 10,126. Sold the fuck out.
Felt like more.
It sounded like 20,000. Agreed. And next week in Arthur Ashe Stadium, it'll probably be 20,000, but we will see. The pre-show, the buy-in has Best Friends taking that's Cassidy, Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta. And Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus taking on Hardy Family Office. It went 9:25. There was some extra stuff here and there, but fun pre-show opener thing.
Yeah, I got some nice high spots in there.
Yeah.
Luchasaurus looked like a boss, and Wheeler Yuta finally didn't get pinned. Hooray! And to top it all off, after the match, we saw the return of the Butcher.
Who looked crazier than ever, mind you.
He looked far more energetic than he did last time.
He does. He felt like he wanted to be in that ring so goddamn bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they do
after
say
seeing all the news, all the excitement, that adrenaline dump of hearing that pop.
And of course, he did his signature exercise walk around the ring.
Yep.
He did.
Extremely entertaining opening match to get the crowd warmed up.
Like they needed any warm up, but hey, you never know. Better safe than sorry. And that match definitely did the job. Speaking of openers, the main card pay-per-view opener opened with the TNT title. Okay, here's the story of the pay-per-view. It opens with 2 hoss fucking fights, or 2.5 when you think about it. The first of which, TNT title. Miro defeats Eddie Kingston by pinfall, 13-22. Nuts redeemed. Shall we say.
I was not expecting this match to go on first, but I'm glad it did. It was stiff as fuck and had some great storytelling involved.
Absolutely. This was, you don't expect this one, but I'm like, no, this was, in context to everything, the right opener.
Yeah.
And props to Eddie Kingston for the new merch.
Yeah, that was fucking quick.
Also, this match was a milestone moment. It was easily Miro's best match as TNT champion.
I mean, outside of defeating, I think it was Darby Allin, he had Ham and Eggers.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong. It's a classic heel. It's a classic build-up maneuver. And Fuego gave him 4, but it's Ham and Eggers. It's jobbers, folks.
Yeah.
And tomato cans, as good old Mick would say.
Yipper.
And this one had actually 2 milestones for this match. This was the first time in probably his entire run as TNT champion that he's beaten someone by pinfall.
Yeah, it was all by submission. Or technical submission.
And this was the first match. This was the first singles match that he actually had to cheat to win.
Yep, he had to, get Bryce distracted and then send him on a first-class trip to Dick Kick City.
Mule kick the mule kick to the balls. If I can speak.
And because of that dirty finish, it looks like they're doing another match.
Yes, please.
Give me more.
Dynamite, Rampage, what it is, main event, that son of a bitch. And give it more time than Minoru Suzuki and Jon Moxley on Wednesday. We'll get to that.
Yes.
And JC, in other words, he redeemed his nuts. And just speaking of that, I know, right? I made it. It's not like I made the joke earlier. Sorry, JC, don't take it personally. Half of the time, I wonder if you guys are listening to poor old me.
So, Shin, did you hear something?
God damn it, teed up. Dave! Jon Moxley, Satoshi Kojima followed. It was a straight up 11:50 matchup.
Just a good old-fashioned Haas fight. Just a good old strike fest, really.
Strike fest, New Japan style.
It was a strong style match.
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying, well, why would you follow that matchup? Well, if you just see it in a vacuum, the match alone, fair play. But there's a reason why they put that one in second. They need to make sure all the young boys were out of the fucking way. Because as soon as Moxley started celebrating, you heard wind in the Now arena, followed by Kaze Ninare.
And at the very least, we got to hear the full chorus for this appearance.
Thank God for that. If for those who didn't watch All Out and heard Minoru Suzuki was fighting Moxley on Wednesday, were feeling cock blocked. Well, All Out on Fight.
Here
Pop
we go.
a view replay.
And they did let them, Mox and Suzuki actually have a bit of a brawl for a good few minutes before.
Yeah, you know what? If you watch the whole thing, including picture-in-picture, I was on a live TikTok with a good buddy of mine, Smithception, for a buddy from the NGTTWF. And I said, short match? Okay. Okay. It was well-paced, fast-paced, good. Not the best match, but fast-paced. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, going back to the pay-per-view, they at least had these two have a good few minutes of brawling here.
Yeah.
On the pay-per-view, with Suzuki coming up on top with the sleeper hold to Gotch pile driver combo,
and the crowd blew up.
Chicago
blew up, ladies and gentlemen.
Chicago was very well aware of who Murder Grandpa was.
Oh, yeah, they were. Oh, God, they were.
Yeah, they even sang along.
Which was awesome. And, of course, I just talked about the match on Wednesday. I'm sorry. I thought we were doing something else at the same time. I'm a little frazzled, but thank God the intro went well. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Jamie Hayter and Rebel. She defended the AEW Women's Championship against Chris Statlander. It was 11:34. Lockjaw was locked in.
Yeah, but the most memorable moment of the match for me is Chris Statlander. She's on the outside. She's down. She's out following a curb stomp from Britt Baker. And Orange Cassidy gingerly walks over her. She says she's not getting back in the ring. And so what does he do? He takes off his shades and he starts screaming at her to get back in the ring. Just this inspirational yelling that you never see out of him.
It was out of character, but it was refreshing at the same time.
And it made sense because he was like, oh my God, this is one of my best friends, and she might lose this match. And he did everything in his power to motivate her, but unfortunately, it was not enough. But overall, this was a very, very good match. Easily the best women's match on pay-per-view when it comes to AEW to date.
And that includes some matches with Hikaru Shida with that. And that's
obviously Baker's best match.
Oh, yeah.
I would say her best match is actually the unsanctioned match with Thunder Rosa. But this is a close second.
Oh,
best
absolutely.
Official match in that case.
Official. We got to underline that a little bit there.
Yep.
But what follows, gentlemen?
And who didn't pop? And who didn't pop for when Baker hit the Panama Sunrise?
That was nice. Nice
That
little
was, at first
preview of
we
things
were
to
like,
come.
wait a minute. I was like, oh, cool, code red. Wait a minute. And we looked back, and I looked on Twitter, and there it is. Pittsburgh Sunrise.
Yeah, I saw that immediately because she even did the pose on the turnbuckle. She did the whole gunshot pose. I'm like, oh, she's doing the thing, and now she did the thing. Yeah, the thing.
Pop!
That was a great move, baby.
Oh, Rico. Hey, BF. Boom. Good one, good one, Rico. And Guts, Thunder Rosa and Baker will have a banger on a pay-per-view one day in the future. Facts.
Very much facts.
I knock on wood, of course, but facts. All right. What follows? Now, I don't know if it's going to be match of the year at the end of the year. But as of right now, gentlemen, it is on my list as match of the year.
I'm going to need to marinate some because it's up there with Dragunov Walter 2. But
yeah, that's the flip of the coin. I actually just gave you the blank lists for the end of the year, obviously, because I, as promised, I said I'm going to give you so you guys have time to fill out those lists. A whole 5 months, but still, yeah, it's on my list. It's either a Walter Dragunov 2 and this match as match of the year. Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., Penta, Alessandro Miedo, and Ray Phoenix taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. A solid steel cage match for the Tag Team Championship of the World, 2205. They bled. There is a $5,000 Nike shoe full of thumbtacks. There's blood. There's blood. There was a lot of blood.
So much blood.
Holy shit.
Yeah, lots of just great, fantastic moments in this matchup. You brought up the thumbtack shoe. There was also, the great double team spots. There was one spot where they're all hitting each other with super kicks. And of course, the spot of the match, Ray Phoenix jumping off the top of the steel cage with a huge crossbody.
Mm-hmm. I also like the fact that the two teams were so equal in terms of athleticism and aerial ability that it just came down to who wanted it more, who was the more brutal tag team.
And on that night, it was the Lucha Bros.
And one thing that I liked is that this might be one of the very few cage matches with basically no interference. There's nobody running in the cage. There's nobody slamming the door in anyone's face. There's none of that nonsense that you see in basically 99% of other cage matches.
This match have just been called There Will Be Blood. The Extreme. Ray Phoenix has quickly become one of the best in AEW.
Yep. It was a marvelous thing to watch with me and CJ live, and just watching them finally reach the mountaintop like that in this match was so cathartic.
That it was, and it's just a really, and of course afterwards we had a nice wholesome moment with Pentagon hugging his kids, unfortunately getting his blood on them, but that's beside the point.
2021, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, yeah. JC, a few months ago, Eddie Kingston was trying to drive a wedge between the Lucha Bros, and there was Penta takes a thumbtack kick for his bro. It's very
Character development.
Yes.
Yep. Subtle, but it was there.
Continuity. Ding.
Boom. Continuity. Boom. All right. What followed this one? It was a little more obvious that there were a lot of people saying there shouldn't be a cool down, but sometimes you just need something to calm people down before they get too tired for the main event. Ruby Soho was the Joker for the 21-woman casino battle royale for a shot at the women's championship, and went 22 minutes even. Let me tell you who was in there. The clubs were Hikaru Shida, Sky Blue, Emi Sakura, The Bunny, and Abaddon. Diamonds were Anna Jay, Kiara Hogan, Kylan King, Diamante, and Nyla Rose. Hearts were the runner-up, Thunder Rosa. Penelope Ford, Riho, Jamie Hayter, and Big Swole. Nice to see her again, by the way. Spades, Ty Conti, Red Velvet, Layla Hirsch, Jade Cargill, Rebel, and the Joker, as I mentioned. Destination Unknown. Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho. Look, folks, I know I'm a classic rock guy, but I know what good music is, and that's a banger.
Yeah, but good old classic Rancid.
Didn't take $50,000 fucking dollars a pop.
Indeed, and for anyone wondering some of the stats, the person with the most eliminations was, of course, Nyla Rose with 5, followed by Jade Cargill with 3.
Damn, I thought
so. You would think Jade had more, but Jade looked good. Nyla looked badass as always. A lot of people say this is a clunky battle royal concept. I think every repeat they're getting better at it, at least.
Yeah.
I felt like this one was the clunkiest for me because, so they didn't really have the camera focused on the stage for the entrances for most of the time, and it just felt like they were sort of rushing people out there.
It had issues, yeah.
And they also missed a few eliminations.
They missed a few eliminations, a few entrances. This was... They're trying to do their own spin on the reverse entry battle royal.
No, not reverse entry. No, this is not reverse entry at all.
Or delayed entry.
Yeah.
It's
reverse battle royal. That's old school Impact.
Yeah, that's what I got mine mixed up, folks.
Let's not talk about that ever again.
Yeah, I got my battle royals mixed up. It's the delayed entry battle royal, which is
there you go.
Delayed entry or the Royal Rumble, if you want to be more specific. But again, they're trying to be different.
And of course, somehow Riho was eliminated by going under the bottom rope, which is weird.
It was acknowledged that it was a goof up, but Riho doesn't wrestle full time for AEW.
True.
She is at the moment.
Although after All Out, I'm ready to name my 4 aces for the women's division going forward. Because New Japan had its 4 aces, I'm ready to name the 4 aces for AEW's women's division.
All right, let's hear them.
4 pillars, 4 aces, whichever one you want to go with.
Sure.
Obviously, number 1, Britt Baker.
Yeah.
2, Chris Statlander. Easy.
Makes sense. Yeah.
3, Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Very much. And 4, Ruby Soho.
Makes sense. JC, I'm glad Soho is happy, but I have no confidence AEW will do anything with the build to Soho versus Baker. You say that, but there's Britt Baker, and she only needs 1 second segment to remind you that she's a heel, and she's trying to get. And what she did on Wednesday is case in point.
I will say they've definitely been doing a decent job so far building towards the match with the segment on television that we'll be getting to, as well as a match. And we're also getting a match tonight for Rampage. So they're doing so far a decent job of building with the match.
Just proves what I said earlier this year. They're going to turn the women's division is turning a corner.
They got one of the last pieces they need. They probably need one more veteran piece, but you just named four pillars or four aces right now. And with everybody under the card, I mean, especially after Layla Hirsch, after her last weekend with NWA, they got the women's main event is set. The undercard's looking pretty good too.
What they need to do now, though, is
build up
more of their undercard. They need to build up more of their undercard on Dynamite and Rampage.
Yeah, they need 2 segments on Dynamite at the very least now. Also, someone brought up that I had Vince Russo on the brain. I was trying to. Yeah, it was MZ.
Bro, what you gotta do with these casino battle royales, bro, is have them start outside the ring, bro, and then fight to get in the ring, and then the battle royal starts with. Then it comes down to a singles match, bro, and that singles match is going to be a tampon on a pole match, bro.
Look,
Bro.
you heard what I said at the beginning of the show, and I had my 2 cents on Russo on that show that I shall plug again or a little later. But look, even Russo's right twice a day, and he was right on AEW on that one, as we had discussed last week. A lot of people are still lukewarm on the division. Again, build up. The talent is there. You just need build up.
They do, and it would be nice if they'd put more effort into it, because it feels like they're still not doing enough with it some weeks. It just does leave something to be desired. Like
To be fair, they had the whole idea was Omega was building the women's division along with the Joshi wrestlers, and a pandemic fucking happened. Oops. So there's that.
Yeah, and since they've been on the road, it's still sometimes hit or miss when it comes to their women's division, and it would be nice if they had at least 2 segments, one for the championship and then one for a non-title feud. That's what they should be doing every single week.
And dark helps, but you need more than just dark matches.
Yeah, they need matches on television. So with Dynamite and Rampage, they should have more than enough time to have a non-title feud on television for the women.
But I will say this. They do have a much more of a bigger upside than the E does with their women's divisions right now.
It is like a tale of two extremes, really.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, WWE has pretty much a lot of the available women's talent. They just got Becky Lynch back, and it's lukewarm at best.
Well, you say Becky Lynch, and I hear my brother-in-law watching SmackDown, and as soon as you say that, her music hits.
God. Are you on the take, Matty? Are you on the take?
I am not on. I don't have anything on right now. I'm literally looking at the chat and looking at you
on
guys.
The take. You're on the take right now. You're in Vinnie Mac's back pocket.
No, I am not Jack on the take, Tunny.
I got my eye on you.
By the way, Guts, I still have to watch that match because I've been hearing Big Swell versus Diamante. That match on Dark was excelente.
I have seen that match on Dark, and that is indeed the correct word.
Yeah, great match.
Absolutely
great,
worth seeking out.
Yeah,
another match worth seeking out, if just for the pop itself. Chris Jericho versus Maxwell Jacob Freeman. If Jericho lost, he would have retired from in-ring competition in AEW, but that's not the case. Thanks to a dusty finish. Oh my God. Let's talk about this. So MJF hits a thing. Pins. Yeah. Jericho puts his foot on the rope. But the referee, Aubrey Edwards. I almost said Hebner. Aubrey Edwards.
No, Girl Hebner is her old name.
Yeah, Girl Hebner was her nickname, for those wondering. But Aubrey Edwards pins, doesn't look at the rope, looking at the shoulders, doesn't see the foot on the rope. And everyone's going, no. And then there was a schmoz before this, so the senior referee comes out, says, hey, no, I saw foot on the rope. They start the match again. Chris Jericho makes MJF tap out to the walls. And it looked like it was setting up for the Lion Tamer, and then he lost his balance. But no. Tap.
Yep, and MJF sold the back through after he took that apron bomb. He sold it so damn well.
He sold it expertly.
I will say this. Jericho almost missed the timing with that foot on the rope. He almost missed it.
Almost. It was close.
Could you imagine if he did fuck it up, though? Like, oh.
The money lost on the table. Oh, my God.
Could you imagine, though, if he actually fucked up, like, whoops. Pay no attention to that. Don't show the replay.
All right, we got 2 losses coming in. I got to talk about this. I just noticed Pugsley renewed the subscription. Tier 1 sub, thank you very much for 10 months. And happy 10 months subscribe, y'all, is what you said. And 2 followers, Haas00312 new and Haas032. I think they're the same. So that's 2 follows. Much appreciated nonetheless. That being said, MJF, we'll talk about that on Dynamite, but MJF, I said it on Twitter. I said, listen, this is perfect because this is a perfect finish because both men look good. MJF has an excuse, and Jericho has his narrative win.
Also, MJF has never been pinned in a one-on-one match cleanly yet during this entire time.
Indeed.
That's amazing.
He only was forced to submit.
Also, he's never been pinned or submitted in a clean way, ever.
And this was not a clean win, surprisingly enough.
There was a bit of schmaz there because of the whole, oh, wait, he won, but Jericho's foot was on the rope, so let's restart the match. So whenever he loses, there's always just that one little thing where he gets to complain about it on the next episode of Dynamite.
Again, enough comeuppance, but enough of a seed of doubt to where a clean win could still be possible and get the biggest pop possible.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, should not happen until MJF is world champion, at the very least. That's right, I said it.
Well, yeah, MJF will be world champion. To me, he's going to be the one that beats Adam Page for the title.
If Adam Page gets the belt at all, of course. But
he will, of course. There's no doubt from that. No doubt at all.
They have not built anything with Hangman Page, and they're going to Arthur Ashe soon.
Well, that's because he's being a father.
Which is true, and again, nothing wrong. And by the way, congratulations to Excalibur getting married this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
as soon as he returns, everything's going to be right back on track.
Yep. It's not a matter of
Dynamite. MJF setting up for a feud to pay off in 30 years. Oh God. We will get to that bit. Don't you worry, JC. Next up, first match in 8 years total.
Almost 8 years. It would have been 8 years in January.
7.5. CM Punk defeats Darby Allin by pinfall. It was 16:40. Methodical pace on this one, but both looked good.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame CM Punk for being a bit slow here because it is his first match in ages. So I'm going to come some slack there.
So there is some ring rust, but again, going lightning fast. I mean, you're the veteran coming in, and Darby Allin's the quickest motherfucker on 2 feet.
Yeah.
That story was played out. So intelligently, there was someone on Twitter, on Facebook, who posted a comparison video of Punk and Allin to not X-Pac, but 1-2-3 Kid and Bret the Hitman Hart.
I've been hearing a lot of that about how the opening of this match is basically the exact same as the opening of their match on Monday Night Raw.
It's not one for one, but it's close enough. Like you see the spots. In that comparison video, and if that was intentional, that was a beautiful homage.
Considering who Darby and Punk are, I would not be surprised if they decided to do this.
Like, they probably watched it on Peacock or something. Hey, that's an opener right there.
We all know that Punk is a huge Bret Hart fan.
Yep.
On more than one occasion.
And Darby is a student of the business as well, so...
Also, we have to talk about this. CM Punk, new wrestling gear. Instead of the trunks that we saw him in for so many years.
He's wearing pants! Well, tights, but pants!
It took a little bit to get used to because it's such an odd sight.
It's a weird thing, but at the same time, if you haven't, it's one of those things. If you're used to wearing and bumping around and wrestling in long pants, I mean, he was wearing long pants during his MMA training, or trunks, or the shorts, whatever. Hey, I'm not going to judge it. Whatever makes you comfortable.
And overall, this was a pretty good match. Nothing really messed up here, so. All good stuff here. And they made Darby look good because it took 2 go-to-sleeps for Punk to win.
Yep.
The first one, Allin was knocked out of the ring. So another storyline, another story thing in there.
I keep hearing people saying that Punk buried Darby Allin. I'm like,
fuck you if you think that.
No. History will go down and continue to say that that CM Punk's first match back after 7.5 years away from wrestling was against Darby Allin, and that is an honor.
Picked Darby Allin, by the way.
Exactly.
He
And on top of
flat
that-
out fucking picked him as his first opponent.
And on top of that, after the match was over, Punk put the focus on Darby Allin by shaking his hand and making sure everyone was like, hey,
He
look,
let
this guy
him
is
get
tough
up
as-"
on his own accord.
Yes.
That's not a burial. This is the kind of match where there are matches in there where, yes, there has to be a winner and a loser. But it's the old saying, Punk went over, but Darby got over.
Yep.
That's the perfect example of that. That's the way to describe it.
Like they could have had Punk could have picked anybody to be his first match back in professional wrestling. He picked Darby because, like a lot of us, he sees something in Darby. He sees the potential that he has and knows that he's going to be the future face of this company.
Oh,
So he's going to give him all the shine.
sorry about that. I almost knocked my mic over.
Damn it, Matty.
No, there was a fly, but they land on the foam.
I can just imagine the whole show goes off the air because Matty had to hit a fly.
Hey, I've hit mosquitoes on this show before. You don't even notice.
Didn't know they had mosquitoes in Canada. I thought you guys were too cold up there for them to live.
Dude. It's summer in Ottawa with a whole lot. If there's a puddle or a pond, there are mosquitoes.
I bet you can't wait for winter to come to kill all those things off.
Dude, fall usually takes care of them.
Oh, fair enough.
Winter
Right now
can-
for
winter
the
can
match
suck my
of the
cock.
night, clearly, is what's up next.
Oh, God.
God damn it.
People are shitting on this like, oh, why was this match on pay-per-view? I argue the same way the Battle Royal was put in there. And people would say that you shouldn't have faced to calm people down. Folks, sometimes you just need to see Paul White punch QT Marshall in the goddamn face.
No, his name is Tall Paul.
Okay, Tall Paul White.
Tall Paul.
Paul White. You're not.
Tall Paul. Tall Paul. Tall Paul.
Tall Paul White defeats QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado. At the ringside, it went 3-10. So this was a pay-per-view squash.
At the very least, they didn't pull a WWE and give us a match that should have went 3 minutes and went 20 instead. I'm looking at you, Lawler versus Cole. Never forgiven.
I'll put it to you like this. This match is the equivalent of Cody Deaner. It's adorable to see, but it doesn't really it doesn't hurt anything.
No.
Ah!
This harmless.
This was
This
a harmless
match was harmless. Well built. Good story. And it's just Paul White beating the crap out of some douchebag heel because they need the comeuppance.
Also, on this
And
week's
you
Sammy
can't
vlog,
have MJF lose clean yet.
yeah, also, I have to point out, on this week's Sammy's vlog, while Paul White was walking in the background, you just hear somebody going, well, and he just goes, fuck you.
I was wondering when we were going to bring that up.
Yeah, I don't know where else to put that, but other than just that beautiful moment.
Paul White has a good, wonderful sense of humor.
Yeah, he is a genuinely hilarious person. Like,
Yeah.
you may not think it, but he is just a super funny dude. Like, put him in more comedy movies. And now that he's no longer in WWE, he doesn't have to answer to Vince McMahon to get his approval. He can just go like, hey, Tony, I'm going to need like 3 months off to go do this comedy movie. Okay, see you later, Paul. And then
He
they'll have
could
someone
do
else
it. He
do
could do it
commentary
in
for
Florida.
Dog
They could film the
Elevation.
thing in Florida so you could go to Universal Studios and do commentary there.
There you go.
No time loss. And if you want Nick, if you want QT Marshall, they need another punch in the face. Have Big Show, have Tall Paul show up. Bam.
I'll have to
Crowd
point
goes
out
home
that
happy.
during this show, Jim Ross called Paul White the Big Show at least once.
It's hard to do.
Look, I went through this rant a few months back. Look, I am not gonna blame Jim Ross for knowing Paul White has the Big Show for over 20 fucking years. And it is over 20 fucking years because Big Show debuted in 99.
Yeah.
February of 99.
Same Valentine's Day Massacre.
So there's a lot of muscle memory, so to speak. lot of creature of habit, force of habit there.
That's the
And
longest.
yes, and yes, this is another case of Jim Ross being, Jim Ross in 2022 or 2021. So basically me.
But you're not getting paid zillions of dollars.
Though I wish I was paid zillions of dollars.
Zillions of dollars. Zillions of dollars. Zillions of dollars.
See, why can't you pay for this shit? We're funny as hell.
That's
Yeah,
why
we have our moments.
And we are better than Michael Cole on the microphone.
That's because we have Vince McMahon screaming in our ear for 5 hours straight.
Though Pat McAfee's doing a good thing on the SmackDown, to be fair.
I almost feel like Pat McAfee just ignores Vince and just does whatever the fuck he wants, and because he's so entertaining, Vince doesn't care.
Good.
Yep.
That's just the impression I get. Like, look at him, he's dancing. That's amazing. I love it.
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I have
good
Pat
shit.
McAfee on the list for announcer of the year for sure. He's on the running.
I haven't heard enough from him to be able to put him on that list, unfortunately.
Me neither. But again, apparently from what we've been told, SmackDown had a banger in MSG tonight. So I am going to watch SmackDown in full tonight after we're done. But that's not before we talk about the main event of All Out, which was Kenny Omega taking on Christian Cage. 21-20. It was by pinfall by a super one-winged angel. There was interference by Don Cal, so it is not clean, but Kenny and Christian up the goddamn ante.
I'd say this is the best match these two have had.
Which technically should have been that. I mean, they had their match on Rampage, which was fine. It's a perfectly decent, it's a damn good TV match. But no, they ramped it up, and case in point, Brett's rope one-winged angel.
Yep, really good stuff. And one thing that I loved is as soon as he got Christian up on his shoulders, everyone in the crowd started standing on their feet, which made the moment feel even bigger.
They were up going, oh fuck. Like they were like me when I saw Jessica Havoc picking up Penelope Ford from Brett's rope to do a pile driver, and the pile driver was like, well, good night, Penelope Ford. Yep, that's it. And done.
Speaking of pile drivers, best of luck with Matt Jackson with his neck after that basically Egyptian destroyer they took from Pentagon. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, yes, Al fuck. Yeah, that was an Al fuck.
Yeah, his head, like you see him bounce off on the canvas into another bump. I'm like, oh, that looks like it went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to say that the reason why this match was so good is, well, of course, it's Christian versus Kenny Omega. That's reason enough. But I think it's because Christian has a habit, and I don't think anybody really realizes this. Christian, throughout his career as a singles guy, has a habit of not having the same match twice against the same opponent. Like he tweaks what he does in the match to keep the match interesting. Like
it's a subtle thing, but he's not wrong. Not one singles match outside of WWE from Christian Cage's are technically the same.
And if anyone's seen Gangrel's interview on Cultaholic, he basically says that Christian is a wrestling wizard. That's the way he described them. He's just is able to always come up with these interesting things just to be able to lay out a match in a way to where he gets all his stuff in, but he always makes sure that his opponent gets their stuff in as well.
Yeah. And a prime example of that, his feud with Randy Orton.
Exactly. Like they had like 3 different pay-per-view matches, and not one of them felt the same.
Yeah. They were all good for different reasons, and they all each told different stories and what have you. It's just, and this is what happens in the main event of All Out. They told a different story from what they told on Dynamite weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the reasons why Christian has been one of my favorite wrestlers for nearly 20 years. He's just so goddamn good and very underrated because people always just look at him as the other guy in the Edge and Christian tag team. And between his TNA run and now his AEW run, I am hoping we can finally put that bullshit to rest. He's more than just the other guy in that tag team.
I'm gonna outright say it. Christian Cage is better than Edge.
Ooh, hot takes
Ooh,
there.
that's a hot take. Jesus.
I don't-
Shots fired.
I don't care if I get some heat. I'm gonna say it right now. Christian Cage better than Edge. Not to say Edge is terrible.
I think the fair take would be both were equally great because Edge and Seth Rollins had a banger at SummerSlam, and from what I'm reading on Twitter, they had another great match on SmackDown.
Not saying that Edge is terrible or anything, but if I had to compare the two, Christian is slightly better simply because of how he approaches matches.
I could definitely see that. And the only reason Edge became a megastar is because literally from the moment he entered the company, he was literally chosen to be the next main event guy. From 98 onwards, they want him to be the main event guy. Whereas Christian was only brought in to be Edge's friend. That's it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but hey, both had a good singles run in the Fed. Obviously, Edge had a better one, but Christian Cage is showing off why he's every bit of his equal at the very least. Also, I put a link in there for Prosperity for Shintigercurl because MD off Blair 101 on 001, excuse me, on Twitter shared Tanya Trinidad the Zelina Vega. She's on SmackDown and MSG. She's wearing basically a Naruto cosplay as her wrestling gear.
Cool.
Neat.
Believe it.
I appreciate it. I still don't like Naruto.
No. That makes two of us there, bud. Don't worry.
I could take or leave Naruto. I could at least watch it over Bleach because at least has progression.
And if our buddy Spade Ace was here, he'd slap you in the face for
he would, because we would literally get the arguments about that all the time.
He loved Bleach, and we roasted Bleach. So yeah.
Yeah, me and him would get into it quite often because I'd always defend Naruto over Bleach because to me, Naruto is at least watchable because, like I said, it feels like it has a natural shonen style progression, whereas Bleach is just basically the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Kind of like WWE.
At least until the final Ninja War.
Yeah, well, nothing's perfect. Anyways, after this match, we had an absolutely two excellent surprises back to back.
We had some post-match shenanigans. Of course, the Elite pop out. They start beating up the Christian Cage because they're the Elite. Jurassic Express comes out, try to beat him up. That doesn't work. And of course, there's a yes chant because everyone is expecting Bryan Danielson to do their thing because this is wrestling in the 21st century. People know shit by now. But Omega says, well, no one can beat me. They're either retired or not in this company or dead. The lights go out. Adam Cole's new AEW theme hits. Roof flies off.
It's all about that
boom. Adam Cole, baby.
And with this appearance, the party is over.
The party is over.
Yeah.
Bittersweet, ladies and gentlemen. It's bittersweet. But it's bittersweet because the party was awesome.
Yeah, but I saw quite a few clips on Twitter of people sharing their favorite memories. And every time someone would share a Tyler Breeze clip, it's always him imitating Adam Cole. We're going, yeah, hey, man, I'm cool. Ma'am.
And that's undisputed.
And of course, but Adam Cole being the Chugs and chugging it up, it's always great for comedy. But it comes at his appearance on AEW comes at a price. I will say it before and I'll say it again. If people ask me who are your favorite wrestlers to watch, I say Kevin Owens and Adam freaking Cole.
Yep.
And of course, as you heard, he grabbed the mic, he starts talking, but the part you didn't hear in the clip was afterwards.
Kenny Omega starts to wrap things up, and via the Valkyries and a rap beat or hip hop beat or whatever you want to call it comes up.
It's a trap beat. It's trap beat,
and people are shitting on it, and I'm like, look, I don't blame you, and we'll get to why we can't really blame you, but at the same time, it's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Europe wanted $50,000 per usage.
So you want to, so we want to blow 100 grand to 150 grand a show? Go right ahead. Be WCW. We'll get to that. By the way, keep that on the list. I got a full rant on that. I want to wait. I want to wait.
Well, there's no better time than now, really, because now they're.
Fuck you, Europe. 50 grand a pop. So every occurrence, not just per show, every occurrence. So entrance, 100. So that's 50 grand. If he wins, that's 100 grand. Oh, what if he pops out in mid-show? That's another 50 grand, 150 grand. Europe, does it look like AEW has WCW money to you?
One of the rumors is that they hate that song so much that they overcharge so nobody uses it.
That much of a one-hit wonder? Wow. I mean, fair enough. If you're going to suffer, fuck you, pay me comes to mind. But seriously, 50 grand a pop?
At this point, I would have just gone a cover version, save some cash.
Hell yeah!
Someone called Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart,
Yes.
you did it again.
Jimmy Hart, OSW is going to be so awesome. They're going, for those wondering, OSW reviewed their new story arc is The Ultimate Warrior in WCW. All of the covers.
I didn't realize how many covers there were until this episode.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't love WCW themes. It's one of the reasons why I hate watching it on the network is because they ripped them all off
I
there.
know it's crazy. A lot of it's stuff, as you mentioned, is Jimmy Hart's work.
Yeah, and it's just really, really annoying because you go watch Chris Jericho WCW match and you hear "Break the Walls Down." I'm like, no,
Instead of an even flow cover.
Same with DDP.
At least DDP's theme sounds similar enough, but Chris Jericho just using his WWF theme? No. It takes you right out of it. Like, it was bad enough with ECW, but now can't even get vintage WCW? Get out of here, man.
There's a reason why there is a black market for VHS rips, if you know what I mean, and I believe you do.
I have a DVD that's basically a VHS rip of Barely Legal 97. Still have that lying around here somewhere. Good stuff.
That's why there's a tape library, a digital library outside of the Fed, because money.
And people want to hear the original songs because there are a lot of times where that does add to the show. Because when you actually hear the original song with the original crowd, because when they dub over the music, they also have to add in fake crowd noise. And it feels so phony.
So yeah, bottom line, the roof flew off again.
Yep, Brian Ansel came in and he started kicking people's fucking heads in.
He landed a Cena killer.
Folks, there we must revive. You're gonna get your fucking Hecate.
Funny you mention that. Those are the lyrics to the song for Bryan Danielson's entrance.
Really?
Yeah, it starts off with, "You're gonna get your fucking head kicked in." You can literally listen to it, and when you actually hear the song isolated from just the song itself, you actually hear them chanting that in the song.
Listen to it again after the show.
Me
yeah,
too.
you literally hear it. It's part of the lyrics.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's just that, they have to censor it, of course, but I'm hoping that when they play it long enough, people will start
crowd
chanting
doing
it
for God's sakes. Do it. What about what about his Ring of Honor cover? No, I've heard. Have you listened to the goddamn thing?
I actually like that one. The I actually like that one.
To each his own. So you redecorated the song. I don't like it. That's how I feel.
It really feels like a proper WCW theme.
It does, in fairness. Seriously,
Anyway.
get Jimmy Hart on that shit.
Anyways, is it time to rate the show?
Do we have to?
I give this show 1 out of 5.
T-Dub, put down the crack pipe.
Put down
The
the
only
Mountain
thing
Dew.
No, I was actually just drinking some Coca-Cola raspberry.
I know you like the Basshead song, but you don't need to turn into a Basshead.
No fairness, that's a catchy song. Nevertheless, my real rating for the show is a 4.5 out of 5.
Shen?
Okay, I gotta get into the right mindset for this because I gotta do this because I'm Dave Meltzer, and gotta do my rating scale 5.5 out of 5. If I was gonna break the scale, I gotta channel Papa Dave.
Fair enough. T-Dub's right on the money on that, to be fair, but just on the historical significance of three people debuting who are game changers, and yes, Ruby So does count on that when you think about it. It has to be 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
that was a hot crowd, and it helped it a lot. But I'm not going to blame you on 4.5 out of 5. That's a fair score too.
Yeah.
All right. We got Rampage is on. What do we do? What do we got?
Rampage is starting with Pac versus Andrade.
Yep.
Fuck. Gentlemen, I'm sorry for distracting you.
No, I'm sorry for being distracted because Andrade is so good looking.
Teed up. Let's get some news if we have any.
Well, we do have. Let's see, the fact that unfortunately Triple H suffered a hard episode, so hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, hard episode. And by the way, folks, for those wondering, I have a way to DVR it. I'll watch it later. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Triple H had a hard episode last week. His surgery was successful. That's all we could say there. I'm like, I saw them. I'm like, wait, what? Damn.
So, not gonna make any jokes. Just get well soon.
Get well soon.
We may have our differences when it comes to our opinions on the E, but we don't.
One thing is for sure, we respect the fuck out of Triple H.
Yeah, goes without saying.
Yeah. Get well soon, Hunter.
And some more high-spirited news. This week on Dynamite, they hit 1.3 million viewers, and they were the number one in the 18-49, beating Raw.
Yeah, this was it's close. It's about I think by about 20,000 in the key demo, but it's there. The numbers are there. Dynamite had more people in between 18 and 45 in that key demographic.
18-49.
18-49. Thank you.
They've beaten them in different demographics, but the 18-49 was the key one, and this is where they beat WWE. Which is kind of amazing. Like they're building some nice momentum.
Yep. Riding a giant wave of momentum.
Absolutely. And people witnessed a lot of stuff.
Oh, yes. For example, Malachi Black and Dustin Rhodes had a pretty good match. You know?
Oh, beautiful. And there was some beautiful storytelling in that match, too.
Malachi's definitely Malachi's longest and best match to date.
And of course, they announced afterwards that Malachi Black will be going 1-1 with the returning Cody Rhodes in the Ash Stadium.
Arthur Ashe Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Hopefully, Ryder says that's because Dynamite had Murder Grandpa. Well, that's one of the reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah, hopefully, Malachi Black still wins.
Yeah,
keep the momentum going. Absolutely. Unless you want to test the waters with Cody Rhodes as the delusional heel,
that'll be the only reason,
heel, so to speak.
That'll be the only reason, really. Let's see. We also had some build up for a new feud with CM Punk. He's going to be feuding with Team Taz.
Look, I get it. You can't just throw every juicy pay-per-view steak at Punk. You can't waste all the good matches at the same time, but Punk versus, as he brought it himself, Punk versus Hook.
Yes, give me Punk versus Hook.
Please. Punk versus Will Hobbs.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Punk is going to get robbed.
Punk versus Ricky Starks. Shut the fuck up and take my money. On the promo battles alone, shut the fuck up and take my money.
It's going to be a great little battle between Punk and Ricky Starks.
You could call it filler feud all you want, and I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, this is perfectly acceptable, and Ricky Starks could use the rub.
Sorry, Matty. I gotta pull out the Martin gimmick for Ricky Starks. Yeah, that's why it's going to be Punk versus Ricky Starks. Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Yep.
Anytime you mention Ricky Starks, you have to end it with that.
I thought it was absolute Ricky Starks.
Yeah, it's absolute Ricky Starks. Pretty Ricky, what they call him. And you got to look at the camera while you're doing it.
And speaking of someone who knows how to work a camera, Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Dante Martin in a pretty decent match.
He knows where that hard cam is. He is happy to mug for that camera, isn't he?
Yep. And he knows how scary his face is, so.
Bonus points.
From the look of it, I think he got knocked a little silly towards the end of the match.
Yeah, there might
I
have been
believe it was a dive to the outside. I believe it was a dive to the outside by Dante Martin.
Yeah, that might have been a slight botch there. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah, so I think that they had to take it home early. But to his credit, I will agree with JD on this. Hobbs has an excellent spine buster.
Oh, he must have taken pointers from Double A on that spine on the pine.
Yeah, I would not be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed if that spine buster was his finisher from now on.
No, that should be that. I think Mr. Hobbs ought to speak to Double A immediately about that.
He could be a future star, for sure.
And Enigma Punk as FTW champion, the Straight Edge Championship.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
A little too far ahead, but that's not a bad call to make.
We'll
not
see.
A bad prediction.
Indeed. Yeah. We also had a Maxwell Jacob Freeman promo where we ripped on Cincinnati, which ended up bringing out the hometown boy number one, Mr. Brian Pillman Jr., and it looks like they're going to have themselves a little feud.
He had a heel promo so damn good that the lady at ringside that he was roasting, which was, I believe, was the sister, I believe?
He was roasting Linda and Brian Pillman's sister.
And she was pregnant.
And she's not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, heel promo so damn good, it gave birth. Ladies and folks, this might be 3 years in a row for the guy. MJF heel of the fucking year.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you saw that shit.
Damn, that was dangerous, Andrade.
A little bit. Matty, once you see this match, you'll know why. This has been a really good one.
I get the sense that there's a dangerous flip spot coming up.
You'll see it. You'll see what we're talking about once you watch the match. But yeah, this is definitely. Yeah,
I will follow me on Twitter at MattyJ316, folks. I will keep you abreast of the situation.
All right, so we also have.
But Pillman is like JC Pillman and his nephew share a birthday now. Yay!
That's wholesome.
That's awesome.
One thing that's not.
Hey, MJF gets another great claim, and Pillman and nephew share a birthday. Everybody wins. Everybody. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Tito.
One thing that's also awesome was the match between Soho and Hayter. Pretty good stuff there, outside of the botched Poison Rana.
Yeah, that was some bad luck on that Poison Rana, but otherwise, match was fine, and Ruby Soho got the win, and we got a 6-person tag. We got a trios tag coming up out of it as well with the post-match situation.
Oh yes, it's going to be it's going to be Soho, Riho, and Statlander versus Team DMD.
And Jamie Hayter is still looking fine.
Ooh, does she ever? Like, there's people calling her fat on Twitter. I'm like, dude, do you even know
thick.
She's tall. B, she's thick. C, have you seen fat people? To those trolls on Twitter, have you ever seen fat people?
Matty, you may need a new button for this.
A new button, you mean?
Yeah, a new button for this. For something like this, because you need Aku for this. If
Really?
you have Aku. Yes, Aku, because Jamie Hayter is extra thick.
Oh, yeah, extra thick. I could see that. Yeah. No, I don't need Naku for this. I got bad luck Fale if I can find him.
What the actual fuck, Andrade?
Yeah, this guy is. Yeah, this guy is just. People forget how good of a wrestler he is. He is amazing.
All right, for those back on the show here, for those trolls, I say simply
Fuck them!
thank you, bad luck Fale. All right.
Moving on, we had FTR and Spears defeat Uno, Dos, and Silver, which leads to more Dark Order drama, and Anna Jay and Ty Conti are going to have to get these men in order.
Perfect segment too, because Dark Order keeps crumbling apart, and the Pinnacle get a big post all-out win, which, you know, not a bad thing either.
Daddy, I don't want the Dark Order to fight anymore.
I know. We need -1 back.
Either that or Anna Jay is going to have to really whip these guys back into shape.
What the
Truth.
fuck?
Yeah, Pac is good as well. Anyways, moving on here on the list. Next week, we're getting Adam Cole's debut AEW match, and he's facing It's Chaos!
Frankie Kazarian, Adam Cole versus the Elite Jobber, as some people have called them. I'm sorry, that's that's what it is at this point. Sorry, Frankie. But hey, Adam Cole versus Frankie Kazarian? Fuck yes.
Also, it's very clear that Bryan Danielson wants to cut the line and just go one-on-one with the great one, Kenny Omega.
Which, first off, you need some matches, and two, that's pay-per-view money.
Doesn't even need to have to be for the title. Just who's better.
Non-title would be the best way to get around that.
Absolutely.
And of course, in the main events, we have Mox versus Suzuki, but the main talking point that you hear everyone bringing up is the fact that they cut off Kazai Ninare way too early.
First off, fuck you. Like this was a talking point. Again, I'm going back to the conversation I had with Smithception. I said, look, I get it, but I'm like, dude, I get it. You want to cut off Moxley's entrance? No, but at the same time, it's Kazai Ninare. And that crowd looked ready to go. They were chanting, holy shit, the murder grandpa walked out on stage. They were ready to sing it. You could have cut off a segment. I mean, you had Dan Lambert. Could have waited a week on that.
Shut up! I'm the one who's supposed to be talking. Yeah, who cares about some old Japanese wrestler? I'm talking about All Ego, Ethan Page, and Scorpio Sky. I'm Dan Lambert.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. That there was like I had to pick between that and a Fire MJF promo. I had to flip a coin. Okay. But you could have cut off a segment just to allow the full breadth of the matchup. Entrances included.
And what's weird is that it looks like they went home a little too early because they still had like 3 minutes of airtime.
They had 3 minutes. You could have fit the damn song in there.
Yep. But it was a TV match. You had to make do for TV.
You know what I would have done? Have that open the damn show. Like, I understand it's the homecoming and all that shit, but you can figure out a better main event.
Indeed. Let's see other news here. We got some new AEW video game footage featuring Jungle Boy.
The footage is looking good too.
Very.
Game's looking quite promising. Can't wait to play it myself eventually one of these days. And we got the first Dark taping in Orlando announced for the Universal's type gimmick. So we take place on September 11th. So if you're in Orlando during that time in the afternoon, swing on by, get yourself some free wrestling.
Hell yeah, AEWTech.com, I believe is the place. And if Easy and I do a Ranger stop either this or next year, more than likely next year when I think about it. But if we do another thing in Florida next year and there's availability for some ticks, you damn right we're going. I'm not going to be apologetic. If I have a shot at watching some AEW, even if it's just for Dark, I don't give a fuck. Show me where that sound stage is so I can wear my hat and mark the fuck out.
It would definitely be a fun time because if nothing else, you're probably going to see at least one like dark horse amazing match.
Damn right. And it's Universal Studios. We could, I got this. We got this little scratch off certificate thing for free mini golf at the mini putt place on City Walk.
And last thing we'll talk about is GCW. They had their Art of War Games show. It was
Which
overall really
was
good.
a fun fucking show, by the way.
Highly recommend watching it. Just some good stuff top to bottom.
That War Games, good lord, folks. If you think War Games is bloody, add deathmatch to it.
But of course, the main events, they didn't clean up the cage. They left it as is, and Matt Cardona had to walk out into that cage with glass everywhere to defend his title in an open challenge. In an open challenge, and the courageous warrior who answered the challenge was none other than the hometown boy of Chicago, Frank the Clown,
who got murderized. And then there was a bunch of druids. Explain to me who this is, because
that was G Raver. He's an upcoming.
G-Raver.
Yeah, he's an upcoming star in the deathmatch scene. People know him best because he had a clownette shirt.
What the fuck?
A clownette from the big comfy couch?
No, like clownette, like the shirt. It was making fun of Jim Cornette.
Oh,
it was a huge story like a couple years ago.
Okay, now I see it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, that was a turn of events.
What?
Just you wait, man. Wait to see it yourself.
Fair.
Nevertheless, so yeah, G Raver brought out a whole bunch of druids, and then one of them stayed in the ring. It was Jon Moxley, attacked Matt Cardona,
Roof
hit him
flies off, takes the mask off, roof flies off, pin, 1, 2, 3, and no.
Indeed. And then, of course, now we're getting Mox versus Gage for the title October 9th.
And just like that, he is sleeping on the couch again.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Also, Haas, I don't know what's going on there, bud, but I don't know. I don't think we're blocking you. You could stop following now.
That's weird.
Yeah, he's followed. There's a 4 separate Haas things now.
That is very strange.
No need to follow us 4 times, bud. You've been acknowledged. Anyway.
What the fuck?
What? What? The hell?
All right, plus, I don't care if I'm spoiling it or not, but what the fuck happened?
Andrade just attacked Chavo.
What?
You just decked him.
So Chavo was not a long-time signing? Or long-term?
Oh!
You're a little ahead of me, T-Dub.
Apparently.
And Javo's just got double fucked.
Whoa.
Chavo's getting tapped by Lucha Bros, and now Pac has now Chavo in the Brutalizer.
Ooh, fuck.
Not a good night to be Chavo Guerrero Jr.
No, not a good night to be Chavo Guerrero. God, not a good night to be Chavo Guerrero Jr.
This is just like the opening to his old theme song, except it's Chavo.
Oh no, poor Chavito.
You know what? I know I'm not watching this right now, but I think the betrayal button is needed here. I think a lot of people are asking for this.
And
Betrayal!
Taz just said it.
Betrayal! Betrayed me!
Thank you, Mr. Matty.
No problem, Mr. Shin.
And Taz just said it.
Betrayal?
No, he said, "Oh, Chavo."
Oh God.
Anyways, that's all the news I have this week, unless someone else would like to add anything.
I got 2 bits of news.
Yeah, sure.
One that'll make you hate people because apparently, according to several sources, the Huber family has been receiving death threats from
From
so-called.
AEW haters. I got a note on that as well, actually.
Yep. Simply because they don't like AEW, they have been sending threats to Mrs. Huber, and I think I even heard some directed towards Brody Jr.
Fuck them. Fuck those motherfuckers. God damn it. Just let the family be at peace. They're trying to make the best of their horrible situation. Let them live.
Yeah, I'm gonna go British on them with two insults. They are gormless tits and they are smegheads.
Smegheads is the appropriate answer, actually.
Yes, smegheads.
Gotta do Smegheads. Gotta do Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Gotta do Red Dwarf. I have more to say on when we get to the losers, by the way, so don't worry
And
about that.
my second bit of news, something that we didn't think to bring up was the final conditions for Mr. Adam Cole's exit from the WWE. According to Ringside News and various other sources such as Brian Alvarez, one of the prime reasons why Adam Cole did not re-sign with the WWE was simply because Vince would not let him have his Twitch.
Which was the big one.
Yeah,
Cole started his Twitch during the pandemic, and like anyone who was a big video game Twitch runner, developed the community, found the community, including one Grand Pooh Bear, and said, "I like this community," and Vince doesn't.
That's because Vince is too old to understand what Twitch even is, really.
Yep.
Like, this happens when you have somebody who's so out of touch with modern society that they can't even comprehend it running the show.
And also, according to Ringside News and of course Brian Alvarez, word on the street was that his call up would have been him as a manager for Keith Lee.
For that to even be an idea, that's horrible because that'll be restricting his entire ability in the ring. And those two guys are rivals in NXT. You're pretty much just saying, NXT history doesn't matter.
For one thing, that, and the second, while there is a precedent when it comes to that, because when Piper started for the WWF, he was entered as a manager. Now, he eventually wrestled, but he was a manager at first.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Piper eventually wrestled. Do you have the same confidence for Adam Cole, or whatever he would have been called on the main roster for Adam Cole? I don't.
Yeah, because they were going to change his name from Adam Cole to something else because, well, it's they can't have two Coles on the same show, according to Vince.
So no Twitch, and your wrestling is neutered. Yeah, no fucking wonder he said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm gone.
I have the bun, but at this point I want to speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But no. This it's like I said in our before we went on air. It's like this is probably one of a ton of ideas. This is just the one that leaked. And of course, Guts said Mick Foley said some stuff.
Indeed.
We got winners and losers for that, Guts. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's on my list. We'll get to that. Speaking of, actually, unless I got nothing else really. I'll bring up what I need to bring up on my winners and losers, actually. So that's what we're doing. Winners and losers. Shin, you know how this kick us off. I know you got a decel. I just wonder who it is.
I actually got two.
Ooh.
Because one, to those people who made those threats against Mrs. Huber and her family, you can kindly go eat a dick. Just eat a sack of baby dicks. Like if there was a beach made of nothing entirely of dicks, you can go eat them. And the second one I wasn't gonna do, but unfortunately I had to because reasons. But
Vent.
D-Cell goes to Amazon because I don't know if you guys have been following my Twitter or my Facebook, but as of today, Amazon has removed my book from their ebook shop because of violations of terms and agreements, which they have not said what I violated. They just simply said I violated them. So all I can do is just email them back. But as of today, my book is gone. It's completely off Amazon, save for the paperback. But I don't expect that to stay on very long either.
I can say I'm very glad now to own a copy, and I hope that one day you can sell your book again, be it Amazon or wherever.
I have a Kindle version, and it's still available on my phone, and we will keep you abreast of the situation. If it does improve, you may notice I had to remove the link because obviously it would not be available anymore. But if it is, we will plug it again once again on our page and on the description and all that good stuff as well. So, yeah.
Yep. As for my losers, WWE for that match between the Sex and Karrion Kross. What the fuck?
There's a meme going on Facebook. Then and now. Then Impact versus Cross for the Impact World Title. Now. The what was it? The Moistinator 10,000, something like that. Dripstick.
The Dripstick.
Yeah.
And my other loser, I'm going to have to give it to my friend Diggles because he is probably the biggest WWE mark I know, and that's because he knows extraordinarily very little about what goes on in professional wrestling, so much so that he didn't even know who -1 was. He didn't know that Brody Lee died. He knows nothing other than what the WWE present to him. And even though he's never watched a single episode of a single bit of AEW programming, he insists that WWE is better because he just calls them WCW, like a lot of haters do.
If someone only sees AEW as WCW 2.0, then they're clearly not paying attention because Tony Khan has studied WCW. This is a guy who was on the message boards in the 90s. This guy studied this stuff. He knows what mistakes not to make. So I trust.
He's an ECW tape trader, folks.
Yeah.
Period.
Also,
WWE apologists, which I was until I reached the age of reason. There you go.
And those are all my losers, but I'll agree with whatever you guys got for your losers.
Oh, I don't think we're going to disagree on this one either. T-Dub, go ahead.
My one loser is Brian Cage.
Really?
What do you do?
Earlier today on Twitter, he started complaining about how he's been misused in AEW.
Oh.
Him and his wife.
Well, yeah, I know of his wife, and now Cage gets in. Ooh.
You want to talk about being misused? Talk about to half the women's division in AEW. Talk to them about being misused. Talk to half the people in WWE about being misused. This guy has been on television almost every fucking week, either cutting a promo or having a match. And this guy is one of the very few people in the company that pinned Hangman Page. The only people I can think of off the top of my head that have pinned Hangman Page in the middle of the ring have been FTR, Kenny Omega, and Brian Cage. That's the only people I can think of off the top of my head that have actually pinned him. So being misused.
Someone should tell Brian to have patience. His match with the Redeemer will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
This guy's always been in a prominent position. This guy's almost always in a feud or doing something. Being misused. Come on, get out of here with that. Get out of here.
Something tells me he sees all the stuff, and he's seeing all the good things, and he's sitting there going, "Aw, all I have is Team Taz."
This guy is basically Dolph Ziggler in real life. It should have been me!
Renigo says, still there, Matty? Well, I'm here. Hello. I know we're still live. We're still recording, so I don't know. Omega versus Danielson needs to be the biggest arena AEW can get.
So I guess Arthur Ashe Stadium?
Nah, it would be too early.
It would be, but...
New World paperback. August 29th, 2018 by Greg Haynes. It's still there, he says.
The ebook is gone. The paperback is still there.
Oh, okay. So the ebook is not available, but you could still get the paperback book. We'll update the link and we'll post it up. So if you folks want to get the paperback version, we'll throw a new link up there for you.
But like I said, I don't know how long that one's going to stay up because I don't know what I did wrong.
Yeah, the Kindle version you could forget about it for now, but the paperback version is still available on Amazon. That's a good thing.
To a degree. Yeah.
To a degree. All right, more. So that was just the one loser?
Yep, just had the one loser. Just something that sort of came out and were like, what are you complaining about? You're on fucking TV so many weeks when there are so many people who aren't on television, and you have a good win-loss record, and you beat one of the hottest stars in wrestling. Crying.
Seriously, all you gotta do is walk up to Tony Khan and say, "Can I have Miro?"
Like,
simple.
Like, look at Fuego. That guy is being destroyed every week with a smile on his face.
Because he's got a big, stinky check coming out at the end of that ass whooping.
Now, it's not wrong to want more, but sometimes, you got to be a little patient because you're not always going to be the center of attention.
It's not a good idea to air dirty laundry.
Like, you're not always going to be the center of attention of the show. There's going to be some ups, some downs. Just take it like a man.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, you're going to get your main event stuff soon enough. Like,
let the complaining about people being underutilized, let that talk, that complaining, leave that to us. That's our job. You take bumps and kick ass. That's your job. And we appreciate you for it. We do.
The problem with Brian Cage is that he doesn't like the fact that right now he's chilly when he wants to be cool.
All it takes is one good match against Miro. That's all I'm saying.
He's got a match coming up against Ricky Starks.
Oh, yeah, and that match will be awesome, too.
Yeah.
But all he's got to do is say, I want the Redeemer. One hot Haas match later, you're hot shit again. You never know.
Anyways, Matty, who are your losers this week?
Oh, before I do, I got a new segment. In the same vein as the D-Cell, I'm just calling it the Fuck You. Which is the only thing I could think of.
Matty J's Fuck You Award of the Week.
The AEW haters going after the Huber family. Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you. Leave that poor family alone. And let that kid live his fucking dream, for God's sakes.
Yeah, he already lost his father, and it's very, very, very thankful that the whole wrestling locker room's taking care of him. Also, technically, -1 owns a victory over Adam Cole.
Technically. He technically does, actually. Oh my God.
There's video evidence.
There is video evidence. Also, Owen Steen has a victory over Excalibur too.
That's very true.
Same vein, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Now, Excalibur had to take like 3 package pile drivers, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. For the losers, WWE, though they probably had a good SmackDown this week, but Keith Lee, as manager of Keith Lee for Adam Cole, you lost Bryan Danielson, and Ruby Soho is doing the press hands on the back of the van as they're leaving the van.
Also, Ruby Soho is in the ring right now. You say her name, she appears.
Jesus. I don't plan this shit.
You're on the take, Matty. You're on the take.
I'm not, fuck you. I don't plan this shit.
Is Tony Khan paying you?
I fucking wish he was paying me. Hey, I'd be glad if people pay me to do this. I'd do this 3 times a week. I would. Give me a steady paycheck, livable wage, and that shit. I'd do it. But I'm not. So I got this 90-minute thing. Matty on the take. Matty J on the take, Tunny. Europe, the band, $50,000 per use. Look, I get it. You don't like the song, but there's there's understanding that some people just want to hear the song because they like the song, and then there's being a dick. And you're being a dick.
Shout out to the person in the crowd with a pencil army sign. Thank you.
Dude. And Amazon for doing my boy Shintigercurl dirty. Let's do winners.
Oh, winners is easy. All Out for being the best damn pay-per-view of the year.
Among other things, yeah.
AEW riding all this momentum into the stratosphere, and I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do. Let's see. Brian Pillman Jr. for finally getting some solo shine. Not that I hate the varsity.
Not his best promo, but he did okay. I mean, MJF said it best. You want to do a promo battle against me?
Bit out of his league, but he gave it his best.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. Good old MJF for being the best goddamn heel in professional wrestling.
Amen, brother.
The main event where we got Moxley versus Murder Grandpa, theme music cutting aside, it was still
that looks nice.
Brutal match.
And Tito enjoying the rampage. Look, it's either moving this up to 11 or 8 o'clock. The sweet spot's 9. I ain't changing it.
No disagreements here.
Let's see. Congratulations, of course, to Excalibur for jumping the broom.
Hell yeah. Getting married over the week. That's why he wasn't on Rampage or on... is he on Rampage this week, actually? Or is it Tony Schiavone?
It's Tony and Taz.
Tony and Taz. So, okay.
And my last winner, posthumous permanent winner that I'm going to always have on the winners list for good, the party. Last year, they gave us more than a year and a half of great content with 4 guys who just like being friends and
love playing Uno.
Was part of was the 2 major reasons why I was able to handle my aunt's death last year so well was because of Orange Cassidy and the party. So hopefully we will get to see the party reunite. But all I got to say is thanks for the memories and a lot of respect. A lot of respect.
Absolutely. I believe there might be I'm not sure. I need to verify that post show, but I do know there's a ton of stuff on up, down, down. There should be a playlist. Should people want to binge watch the party playing Uno, there is salt. There is salt.
So much salt.
Mm-hmm. It is good and it's hilarious. T-Dub.
First I got Jungle Boy for being the next showcase for the video game. Good stuff there.
Yep.
Al Snow for rescuing a child.
Al Snow's a badass, by the way.
And a winner to AEW's latest signing. One of the top stars of the independent scene, Mr. Lee Moriarty.
Good call. I've heard good things. I've watched the match. Thumb is up.
Yeah, AEW is about to get Tiger Style, baby.
Also, you did Al Snow wrong. You got to do it right. Al Snow. Which, coincidentally enough, one of my winners, Al Snow. You got to do OSW, folks. You always got to. Shout out OSW, by the way. All Elite Wrestling for a myriad of reasons, including possibly pay-per-view. No, actually, right now they are pay-per-view. They have pay-per-view of the year locked, stock, and barrel. Unless Full Gear over-delivers, but you never know.
But Matty, what about Survivor Series?
Fuck Survivor Series. I could take this a million directions sometimes. Fuck Survivor Series. Hey, you look, I'm not going to shit on WWE. Well, no, I am going to shit on WWE, but you never know. A broken clock is right twice a day. They got a good show at SummerSlam. Taking in the vacuum and all that stuff. That was a solid show. And some people, if some people want to give that pay-per-view of the year, I would not blame them. It was that good. Adam Cole, baby, for debuting. Bryan Danielson, sans Europe, sad. but still debuting. Ruby Soho for debuting in a wonderful pop at the Casino Battle Royale. Oh, I'm the commissioner. Fuck Survivor Series. I'll take things WB says yearly for 200, Alex. Oh, I wish I had the soundboard set up again now. Minoru Suzuki. Do I need to explain it? Triple H. Get well soon. Mick Foley goes on Twitter and goes on video basically saying that the whole thing about the fans, basically saying WWE is no longer the destination for wrestlers to want to go. They want to go to AEW. That's bad. And he basically called them out saying, look, you guys should be the destination, so shape up. And of course, Mick Foley's taking all the shit for it, which is like, seriously? He's speaking truth to power.
Even Booker T agrees with Mick about this.
When Booker T, who is a WWE dick sucker, sorry folks, he is. When Booker T agrees with Mick Foley about WWE's situation right now, you got problems. Oh, and Rico has some good news for you. Matty Shin finally got off my ass and ordered a copy. I know. What the fuck took me so long? Procrastination. You sold the book.
Thank you.
Hey, some good news, ladies and gentlemen.
I just made $1.
Hooray!
Hey, better than a poke in the eye of the sharp stick.
Hey, you can buy yourself a soda pop at the local mini mart with that.
Arizona iced tea.
Whatever suits your boat, really.
Hey, Arizona iced tea is a good iced tea. There's no shame in that.
Agreed. It's some good stuff.
Let's see, even though Suzuki, Triple H, MJF for Jesus Christ, that promo. Well, a delusional, justified heel, and just shitting on Cincinnati, and a heel promo so good it induced someone into labor. Heel of the year. Loud knows I don't want to be against across the ring against a pissed off MJF. Let's just put it that way. And of course, I brought him up, Al Snow. All right, Shin, you still got a YouTube channel to plug, so plug away.
Of course I do. It's a Maxicorn on YouTube. Look at all your latest of War Machine lore videos and what have you. And also, stay tuned. Going to have another episode of the adventures of Takeo and Far Runner, a Shadows of Brimstone playthrough, as I play through an entire campaign of one of my favorite new board games to play, Shadows of Brimstone. So if you want to see a wandering samurai and a Native American Indian scout taking on Tengus, Onis, and whatever the hell else that fortress can throw at me, check it out on my channel. It's worth it. That's it.
T-Dub?
Of course, recently put out my review of Wrestlemania 19 for the Nintendo GameCube. Join me on my channel Sunday for a new video every Sunday for the next several weeks. This Sunday is Grand Theft Auto 3.
Ooh, couple of interesting videos coming up on the pipe for sure.
Oh yes,
I have WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube. I got it when I got my Nintendo Wii, the original version, because it's backwards compatible. Interesting game.
very, very much so.
Yeah, and I will leave the review to the gentleman who reviewed it. That's all I'm going to say there. Of course, you could follow. Of course, there's all kinds of stuff. You could send emails to us. We will read them on air if we can get them. The Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at MattyJ316, at TWKOfficial, and at Shintigercurl. You could also donate to TWK's Patreon, patreon.com/TWKReviews. And of course, my PayPal tip jar, paypal.me/MattyJ316. Donations are optional, but always appreciated. Especially since I begged for some money at the entire show. Let's see. I need to find that video. So I said I was going to share it, and I don't have it. But there's a video I wanted to share. And I can't find it. Fuck. Trying to find the video now. Fuck. Shoot promo. I can't find it. Sorry, folks. I brought it up earlier and I forgot to bring it out. Damn it. Professionalism, yada. I know. Professionalism, Matty. I know. Sorry. But yeah, the link for TWK's YouTube channel, it'll be coming up on Sunday and all that good stuff. You can follow us on Twitter. I just said that. I'm on TikTok at MattyJWC. And yeah, that's about it. That's the show. We thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi to us as per usual. On behalf of our good buddy Shintigercurl.
Oh, Chavo. Dun, 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 dun.
You sound like you were trying to. Sounds like in the Chavo song, it's like you were trying to the opening riff of Smoke on the Water. Anyway, and TWK.
Chavo's on the floor, getting stretched by Pac.
Anyway, my name's Matty. I remind you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. And there's Chavo on the floor getting scraped up. Mike Shell, Medicare strikes again. Yeah, that's what happens when you talk for 90 minutes and forget what you brought up at the beginning of the fucking show. Whoops. That's the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Breathe, everybody. Some of us are still on that all out high. I know. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Redeemer! My man! Redeem these nuts! Wow! Oh, there you go.
Stealing your gimmick, Taz.
Definitely stealing my gimmick.
I think it's super cool how you guys sing people's entrance songs.